We move next to our color guard and our lone senior member this evening,
Joe's Lawn Care,
Jalen Altaw.
Johnny Logan College, Banterra Bank, and Ward Chrysler. Also making this
Accompanied by
broadcast
Tara
possible,
Gerald
the
and
City of
Whitney Altaw.
Carterville, Heather's Bake Shop, the Bank of Heron, and Polar Whip. It's time for Carterville Lions football. Here's Keenan Clark and the voice of the Lions, Dave McKenzie.
And that is Data Benefield.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Happy Friday evening to you as it is week 9 of the high school football season on the road for the final game of the year down in Union County, Anna-Jonesboro High School. And Keenan Clark alongside here tonight. And Keenan, our first live look at the turf here that they have at Anna-Jonesboro. The last time we were here, it still had the grass. That was a couple of years ago. And, man, they did a really nice job with this.
It looks really good. They always had a beautiful field anyway. The grass they had down here was one of the best surfaces in Southern Illinois. And when we were here last year, that was Brett Dietering's last game that he coached in his career. And it was a pretty nice night for them as far as getting to celebrate him and his legacy. And now they've got a new regime in place and new field and trying to turn things around here in AJ.
Absolutely. Carterville Lions been rolling all summer long. Started off with that big win over the Marion Wildcats, at 1-point win in week 1, 35-34. And they have rattled off 8 straight wins this season.
Yeah, talk about coming out of the gate and just getting momentum at week 1. Like, you could have, if they lose that game, they could have been stalled. It could have taken them a while to find their voice a little bit. But getting that win that first week, and it just shot them out of the cannon, and they just couldn't. No one's caught up to them yet.
I just had that conversation with Brett earlier this week. You know, how big of a win that was, and the things that it showed what this team could do, and you know, if you don't get that win, exactly like you say, maybe it takes you a week or two to kind of get your feet under you and kind of really figure out who you are.
Yeah, when you have a turnover, and football's a sport where you always have turnover. Like, you can't return all 22 starters. It just never works that way.
Yeah.
And so when you're going to have turnover, you want to be able to come out and build that confidence and learn what you can do. And when you see that your expectations are high right after that first week win, then you're in good shape.
Absolutely. Pregame show brought to you by Heather's Bake Shop in Carterville, and a beautiful night for high school football. Cool temps, probably about, I would say 60 degrees, maybe 59 right now. But it's just going to be a wonderful night for high school football, and really looking forward to bringing the game to you here this evening from Anna-Jonesboro. We're going to continue on our Heather's Bake Shop pregame show, and did a little bit different this week. Usually we talk with Coach Brent Dial about the matchup, but you know, Coach Kevin Helfrich, Coach Smurf, is retiring at the end of this season. He's been teaching for 35 years, coaching for 34. And so I thought it would be appropriate to spend a couple of minutes and talk with him. And when we come back from our first break here, you are going to hear the conversation I had with Kevin, Coach Smurf Helfrich. That's all coming up next here on NewsRadio WJPF.
With people you know, who know and love Southern Illinois. First Southern Bank is a community bank that cares for and gives back to the communities we serve. Locally owned, local people, local decisions, and locations throughout Southern Illinois to serve you. First Southern Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Visit First Southern Bank at firstsouthernbank.net.
Ralph's Small Engine is your full-service repair shop that keeps your equipment running year-round. At Ralph's, they treat each customer like family. They offer the best brands in the business, like Hustler, Skag, Echo, and DeWalt. Financing is available with interest rates as low as 0%. They don't do high-pressure sales. Just get you into the equipment you need at the best price. Family-owned since 1995. Ralph's Small Engine on Highway 51, just south of Elkville. Best of luck this season.
As a parent, you want the best care for your family, and at Shawnee Health, we provide just that. I'm Dr. Kaif Mansuri from Shawnee Health's Carterville location. Our team, including Dr. Mathine Nexad and nurse practitioners Amanda Reynolds and Teresa Johnson, offer comprehensive care for every member of your family, from newborns to grandparents. Whether it's checkups, managing conditions, or sports physicals, our Carterville team is here to keep your family healthy. Call to schedule an appointment or visit ShawneeHealth.com. Go Lions!
Week 9 of the high school football season on the road at Anna-Jonesboro, and I wanted to do something just a little bit different tonight. We usually talk to Coach Brett Dial during our pregame show, but I wanted to talk to some of you may know him as Kevin Helfrich. Some of you may know him as Coach Smurf. Could go either way. And Coach is retiring.
Yes, I am.
This is it, bud.
This is it. 35 years.
I wanted to ask you, where'd you start at?
I started at Carterville High School, and I believe the fall of 90 or 91. It was one of the two. I can't remember. But
Yeah.
I think it was the fall of 91. And I was under John Helmick, and Dennis Druss was on our staff at the time.
Sure.
So, I was under two Hall of Fame coaches, and that's a chance of a lifetime. So, yeah, that was some good times.
Now, where'd you go from there?
Well, when Kerry Martin left Carterville and went to Marion, Dennis got the head job at Carterville. And Dennis knew me by, working through at Carbondale, because I was under him as a line coach. And so when he got the head job here, he asked me to come over and be his line coach.
So you've been here a day or two.
I've been here a day or two, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I tell you
Enjoyed
what,
every minute of it.
One of the things about Carterville sports is it's always had good line play. And we may not have the size at some of the other schools.
Yep,
and how do you deal with that as a coach?
As a coach, we don't look at size. We would love to have size every year, but we don't get that. And we're a rules-based team. And so whether you're small or big, you have a certain rule to block. And we block angles, we double team. So, size helps. But if you know your rule and you know where you're going, we're going to get the job done.
Yeah. When you're sitting here and we talk about senior night. This is you and I had this conversation. Didn't even dawn on us,
had no idea.
Senior players, but for the seniors.
Yes, right, exactly.
When you're sitting here and you think back about the memories here or over on the hill, over at the junior high, what's some of your fondest memories?
Oh, so there's been so many of them. I've just been very fortunate to be a part of it, but some of the games I remember was the Breeze Mater Dame game at home in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
We saw them on film all week, and they were big, they were fast, we thought we had to really fight and battle to win the ball game, and they came in here and we took care of business. So that game was one of the ones that I remember the most, and going up to Unity and beating Unity on the playoffs and on their field. Now I think we were the first team. I could be wrong, but I think Coach Dial said that we were the first team that beat them on their field in the playoffs. So that was exciting. That was fun.
You look back at the coaches that you've worked with. You said it, Hall of Fame coaches in the state of Illinois, and you're with another one of the best right now with Brett Dial.
Yes.
What's your thoughts as you think back about that?
Oh, when I look at our coaching staff, I'm very fortunate to be around a bunch of guys that study the game. Our Sunday meetings are just, it's intense, and we get after it in our meetings, and it's fun to be a part of that because I know on Monday we're prepared, and when we're prepared, we're gonna play. We got a chance to win, and so those just being around a bunch of guys that love the game, that I know is gonna work hard, makes you a better coach as well.
And we're all of these assistants. They love the game so much, and all of you with the passion, and that's one thing I wanted to talk. You've got a little bit of passion in you.
Yes, I do.
And it's good and bad.
Yeah, good and bad at times. It's good and bad at times.
It'll go both ways.
Yes,
but
it will.
do you think maybe that this year's line may be one of the best you've seen?
It's one of the best we've had. These kids are very coachable. I'm on them every day, and I tell them every week, we're going to hit that sled, we're going to hit them chutes, we're going to hit them boards. I don't back off of them because it's not what I do. And I've got you for 15 minutes during OTEC. We're going to get after, and we're going to take care of business. So I'm pretty passionate about it.
This team's got a good shot.
They've got a good shot. What's good about this team? What they understand what we're doing. We've had some lines in the past that really sometimes they were confused on what we're trying to accomplish. There's not a lineman on this bunch that if you're the right tackle, you can go to left tackle and not miss a beat. If you're a right guard, you can go to left guard and not miss a beat. If you saw practice just then, we took our right guard and moved him to center just in case something happens. So every one of those guys, they know what they're supposed to do at any position, and that's very fortunate to have guys like that.
Not a lot of teams can say that.
Not a lot of teams can say that.
Coach, I just wanted to spend a few minutes with you.
I appreciate it.
And
Thank you.
Tell you that first off, more than anything, I enjoy your friendship.
Yes, same as here.
But thanks for 35 years.
It's been a long time.
But I do expect you to see you in Carterville orange on the sidelines.
There's not you just put that in the book. I'll be here.
You can come up in the booth.
You got that right.
Coach Smurf.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you.
Appreciate it.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thanks.
I've enjoyed it. Thank you.
In the world of construction, time is money.
He was good.
Yeah, he did. Did a nice job.
He did well.
Mixers. With their state-of-the-art mixers, they mix the exact amount of concrete you need on site, saving you time and money. Stop paying for concrete you do not use. From foundations to driveways, sidewalks to patios, call Clark Natural Stone at 618-997-3889. Clark Natural Stone, shaping the future of construction, one pour at a time.
SIU Credit Union knows what it means to be a part of a team. Whether you're on the field or in the stands, community is what it's all about. They're not just here for your financial needs, they're here to give back, because people helping people is at the heart of everything they do. You can join SIU-CU if you live or work in one of the lower 24 counties in southern Illinois. That's right, if you're a Lions fan, you can be a part of their team too. Learn more at SIUCU.org. SIU Credit Union, your financial home team. Membership required, insured by NCUA.
Looking for a bakery that's anything but ordinary? Heather's Bake Shop in downtown Carterville is serving up sweet surprises every day. From fresh cinnamon rolls, cookies, scones, cream horns, and muffins, all made from scratch with love and other natural ingredients. And don't forget the coffee bar. Sip on hot or cold brews, espressos, or a latte while enjoying a grab-and-go breakfast or lunch, all made just the way you like. Stop by Heather's Bake Shop in downtown Carterville or catch them at local vendor events. Heather's Bake Shop, baked with love, served with a smile.
Welcome back to Anna-Jonesboro. It's Dave McKenzie and Keenan Clark with you here on this Friday night. Carterville Lions just took the field. Anna-Jonesboro senior night here for the Wildcats, Keenan, and just looking forward to this matchup here tonight. Wrap up the regular season. There's some big games around Southern Illinois. You know, some teams that are playing for their playoff life tonight, I think, is the way to put that. And, you know, if they get a win tonight, they're sitting on 3 wins on the season. Breeze Mater Day, Mount Vernon setting with 3 wins. They're at Tolono Unity tonight. Robinson, 3-5. You've got Harrisburg, 3-5. Carbondale, 3-5. All and Massac County, we faced them last week. If they pick up a win tonight, they're going to be picking up their 4. There's a chance. I mean, they're a 4-5 team. To win to get playoff eligible, Murphysboro at DuQuoin. That's a game we're going to be watching this evening. CZR at Edwards County. That's a game we're going to be watching. So just some big games taking place around the Southern Illinois region. We're going to go on and take our break here on Heather's Bake Shop pregame show. When we come back, we'll have the kickoff next on News Radio WJPF.
On the River Radio Sports Central Facebook page. River Radio Sports Central, powered by Clark Concrete, Ward Chrysler Center in Carbondale, and IBEW Local 702. I'll see you live on Facebook tonight for Friday Night Live.
Looking for the right shoe with the right fit for running, hiking, or walking? RTS Outfitters in Marion is just for you. At RTS Outfitters, they do a unique 4-step fitting process that reveals your gait and foot characteristics. The right shoe with the right fit just for you to help reduce injuries and increase comfort. RTS Outfitters carries top brands like Hoka, Brooks, On Cloud, North Face, Garmin, and more, plus accessories and hydration supplies. Visit RTS Outfitters in Marion or at rtsoutfitters.com.
John A. Logan College is proud to support area high schools in the classroom and on the playing field. John A. Logan offers high school students the opportunity to earn college credit while in high school. Students can get a jump start on their college careers while saving money. After high school, students can easily transition to one of the college's career and technical education programs or a traditional baccalaureate transfer
The
program.
Southern Illinois River to River Conference
You'll know
stands
why
united.
everyone says, why would you go anywhere else? Good luck this season and visit jalc.edu.
To display the spirit of healthy competition.
Back at Anna-Jonesboro, Dave McKenzie and Keenan Clark with you. Well done on the national anthem here this evening by the Glee Club for the Wildcats. Didn't really get to ask you about Smurf after his interview, and he's been doing this a long time.
He has, and I've already received multiple texts from some distinguished fans who wanted me to tell you how much they enjoyed that interview and how great of an idea it was just to bring him in and talk to him. Like, I've been friends with Smurf since I've been at Carterville because he's been here that long as well. And I can tell you that there's not a better friend out there, not a better guy as a coach, as a person. Carterville football is going to miss him dearly. He is a fantastic person. And, you know, you always have a few people on your list that if you ever really needed something, you can call them and they would be there in a second. He's one of my guys. I can tell you that.
He's one of those guys. And we did that for 5 minutes. I could have spent an hour and a half or 2 hours with him. He's got some great stories, and he's funny. And
everybody who's ever been around Coach Hrich has got a Coach Hrich story. And there might even be a few people out there that has one that's appropriate for radio, but there's not many. You know, he's just one of those guys that he's all out all the time, and he's fun. He's fun to know.
Absolutely, and I appreciate him taking a few minutes and talking with us. Carterville, they've run the table so far this season, 8-0, trying to pick up that 9th win. What an accomplishment to be able to go 9-0 in a season if you're able to do it.
So many things that can happen that can impact that spotless season. All it takes is an injury or, you know, a fumble or an onside kick or something that doesn't go your way, unfortunate call on the field. You know, there's so many things that could impact that, and we've been on the positive side, but there's just something to being able to win those games.
Absolutely. Anna-Jonesboro on the flip side of that, Keenan, it's just been a season that they've had to deal with injuries. Their numbers, I mean, you look here below us, you know, there's probably 24 guys there. They've just had to deal with injury after injury all season long, and it's kind of odd whenever you see that from an Anna-Jonesboro team.
It is, but you know what? It hasn't impacted. It hasn't impacted their enthusiasm. No. It's a good small town football pride program, that kind of stuff. And there's always people here, good food in the concession stand, and
probably
lots of people volunteering, working out here, and you know, they don't let it bring them down. They're going to come back. Anna's going to be alive and well before you know it.
And they've made investment in their field, in the press box. I love our view that we have here. One of my favorite, truthfully, that we get to go to during the season. Carterville, tonight, you know, the message is take care of business and let's run the football, do some things, put some things in, and just take care of business here against this Wildcat team.
Yeah, defense has been good. You want to make sure that you've got all your cues and you want to stay healthy and you want to play hard, because when you get a little lazy and a little lackadaisical out there, that's when injuries happen. So the Lions come out and go full speed, and hopefully they'll be able to take care of business and be healthy at the end of this game.
Absolutely. So Carterville's going to get the football. The Wildcats, they won the toss, but they elected to defer. So Carterville is going to get the ball to start things off here this evening as the Lions in their white over white with the orange helmets. Lions on the side. Anna-Jonesboro, their traditional blue with the white numbers on the back, blue over blue, and their white football helmets. Carterville sends their two receivers deep, Johnny Miller and Reginald Wilson. And we're glad to have you. And if you would like to watch a game, you can head over to YouTube and watch it on our live stream there. Just search Carterville Lions at Anna-Jonesboro. It's week 9. You can put that there in the search bar and it should take you right to it. The ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Carterville set to receive, and the kick is on the ground, and we're underway. It's taken at about the 18-yard line and brought out across the 35 to the 40 to near the 40-yard line. And a very, very good return for the Carterville Lions as Reggie Wilson gives the football to the Lions, and that's where they're going to start.
I like that approach. He catches the ball and is in full speed before you know it. He's very electric. He's got a lot of potential. I watched him a couple nights ago in our JV game, and when he turns the corner, there's just no catching him.
1st and 10 for the Lions. The ball is at the 44-yard line with 11:53 right after that kickoff. First and 10 from the 44. Andy Johnson, the quarterback, and his offense. 2 receivers here to the right side. Bring a man in motion. That's Jamie Johnson. He slides down. It's going to be a little dump pass to Johnson. He's across 50 out to about the plus 45 where he's gang tackled right there. So that's going to be enough to move the chains. 1 play, 1 first down for the Carterville Lions.
Nice job. I like getting the ball into Jamie Jones's hands as quickly as possible. He's been showing more and more the last few weeks that he can run the ball, and he runs with power, and he runs with purpose.
Jamie Jones has 22 receptions coming into tonight for 206 yards, averaging about 9.4 yards per reception. Lions have it on the near hash, moving left to right. Whistle stops the play. It's going to be offside against the Anna-Jonesboro Wildcats. Somebody lined up there on top of the ball.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to do a little shift down and move towards the strength on the other side, and somebody got into the neutral zone in that process.
So instead of the 45, it's at the 40s. It's going to be 1st and 5 from the AJ 40-yard line. Just underway here. Andy Johnson claps, gives it to his running back. That's Johnny Miller. He gets free, and he's gone. It's going to be a 40-yard touchdown for Johnny Miller. Once he got into that secondary, he made 1 move, sidestepped the defender, and it was open pastures for Johnny on that carry.
Yeah, I'm not sure that he even got touched on that. He made a nice cut right at the line of scrimmage, and when he turned it up the field, he was gone. Nice blocking out in front.
Miller gets things started for the Lions. Carterville is setting up for a 2-point conversion. They have the offensive line spread all the way out to the left side. And they snap it. They wing it out to the far side. 2-point conversion on the reception for the Carterville Lions. Makes it 8-0. Carterville, how about that setup?
Nice job. Number 44, Micah Jones, the sophomore, coming in and getting 2 points for the Lions there. Oh, no, looks like we have a penalty. Looks like an illegal shift.
So it didn't count. Somebody must have moved down on the far side. So now the Lions are set up for their extra point as Gavin Johnson. He's found his spot. Andy Johnson backs it up.
Andy having a hard time finding out where he needs to set the block.
Yep. Finally did. They got to hurry. Get the snap, and the kick is good. Carterville, the extra point is good. And the Lions lead it 7-0 here with 11:09, showing on the clock. We'll be back here on News Radio WJPF.
Growing up in Southern Illinois, you learn the importance of helping others.
Again, we'll go 30 on scores.
Yes, sir.
You just wanted 5 of them.
Yes, sir.
SIU's Saluki men's basketball team. It's also why I'm glad to be a Banterra customer because they support our communities. Plus, I can open my account online, and with their Saluki Visa debit card, I know my purchases contribute to SIU scholarships and athletics. That was an easy win for me. Banterra Bank, official partner of Saluki Athletics, member FDIC.
Johnny Miller with a 40-yard touchdown run for the Carterville Lions. And that gets the game started. Anna-Jonesboro going to get the football back here. The Lions lead it 7-0. They kick it away.
It's a nice touchback by the Lions.
Yes, it is. How about that?
Nice job by Gavin Johnson to get that ball all the way into the end zone. And once it gets in the end zone, they're not allowed to return it.
And he was booming them in pregame for the Lions. So here come the Wildcats. And head coach Jamie Yates, second year for Jamie.
Boy, we've talked all year about this defensive unit for the Carterville Lions. And Coach Gerald's and Coach Wakey and Coach Langtang have really done some fantastic things with this group. They've got a special group of athletes and some big kids that have play hard and pursue all the time. And it's a smart group, like they said earlier. You really have to be able to know your rules, know your responsibilities.
Chris Wright, the quarterback, turns around and gives it to his fullback, and Carterville's defense stacks him up right there at the line of scrimmage as it was Smith on the carry. Carson Smith, number 9, the junior. He's run for 242 yards. He's got 1 touchdown on the season, averaging about 3.8 yards a game.
you know, a lot of times when you come to Anna, they'll play slow. They're going to run that option. They have the opportunity to move the ball down the field. And so early on in the game, you have to be able to try to figure that out, find out your cues and be where you're supposed to be. I talked to a couple of players today that said, you know, we just have to be able to read what's coming at us so we can make the right calls.
So Chris Wright, the quarterback, again hands it off. Carterville's D gobbles him up right there. Again, on the carry, it's going to be Carson Smith. Not much there. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, bringing up 3rd down and 10 now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and another thing is whenever they're running the option and you've got a one-person responsibility, they're flooding the one side with the different options, so to speak, and you have to make the tackle. So you're going to be one-on-one sometime. If you're responsible as a quarterback, you're the only one who has the responsibility of the quarterback. If you miss him, there may not be anybody else coming along for another 7 or 8 yards. So you have to be able to square him up and make the tackle in this defense.
Chris Wright, the senior quarterback, 5'10", 150. He's from under center. There was a shift, and he throws it out to the far side. Ball was tipped, but it was caught. It's caught by Leon Patterson, and he's brought down after a first down. And a nice concentration catch from Leon Patterson as he moves the chains, and the first down for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Carterville got a hand on that ball, but it just went right into his hands. Like you said, good concentration. It looks like who was it? I think that might have been Jack Dotson that got a hand on that ball that deflected, but just not enough to knock it down.
Ball is at the far hash. Anna-Jonesboro moving right to left. Quarterback Chris Wright, again from under center, gives it on the tail on the sweep and trying to get to the outside, picks up a couple of yards for the Wildcats. That's Leon Patterson on the carry.
Nice job containing there by the Lions, getting the ball turned back into where the help is at. As we've seen this year, our boys, they pursue really well, and they're going after that ball. So if you can keep them bottled up a little bit longer, get those guys some chance to get in there, really good job there.
It's a 2nd down and 8 after the gain of 2 by Patterson. Ball setting right in the middle of the field. Wildcats come to the line of scrimmage. They have one receiver here on the near side. He's spread out far to the left. He's the lone spread out. And as Wright gets wrapped up, Carterville got pressure into the backfield, and a great sack there by that Carterville Lions defense.
I don't know if that was deliberate or not. It looked like there was some confusion. He turned, and there was nobody there, and then he turned back the other way, and by the time he got squared away in the backfield, Barnhart and Carson Davis were both right on top of him. Loss of 6 on the play.
Makes it 3rd down and 12 as the ball rests right at the 35-yard line. 6th play in this drive for the Lions, 7:54. Carterville on top, 7-0. Week number 9, final regular season game of the season for both of these teams. So Wright pitches it. Nice job on the pitch as Hunter Kraft gets to the outside, but it's going to be well short of a first down. Pitch was just a little bit high, but he used it with that right hand, grabbed it, tucked it, picked up about 10 on that carry, but it's going to be a couple of yards short of the first down.
Yeah, there's just so many wrinkles that they can put in this, and it's just going to take a while. It's hard to simulate this in practice. Like when you're in a practice and your team doesn't run the option like this, not like they run it here. When you don't have that look, you have to get into the game and get the feel of it before you can really start reading those cues and getting where you're supposed to be.
4th and 3 now for the Wildcats, and their offense jumped. So instead of a 4th and 3, I would assume now that they're probably going to punt the ball. That's going to back them up 10.
Yeah, it looked like the left guard got a little anxious on that, got off the ball a little early, and that's going to move him back. Like you said, it changes the whole dynamic. Now the play is turned into a punt, and we've got Dotson back ready to receive this one.
Jack standing back at the 30-yard line. So instead of 4th and 3, it's a 4th and long, and the Cats do punt it away. And the ball goes out of bounds at about the 23-yard line, and that's where Carterville is going to take over. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Ralph's Small Engine on Route 51, just south of Oakville. Full-service repair shop to keep your equipment running. Also brought to you by IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. 6:37 remaining. Carterville's up 7-0. Their second possession of the game as they're going to have it right at their 24-yard line. Good job by the defense.
Yeah, nice job. Way to make the stop. Looks like offensively we're bringing out, we've got several receivers. We've not set ourselves up under center in our heavy package yet. Gavin Johnson spread out on this sideline.
So Johnson from the shotgun has 3 receivers left, but he brings it here to the near side. That is Gavin Johnson on the reception. And Little picked up a couple of yards. They're going to mark it down at about the 29-yard line.
They're going to give him 5 yards, just a quick screen, a little quick hitch pattern there, and as soon as he caught it, defensive back, looked like number 2, Hunter Kraft, comes in and makes that play.
Second down and 5.
It's a nice 5-yard gain on first down.
Take it every single time, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I like to see the Lions throwing on first down.
May get into a situation
where you
down the line where you have to do that, and that's, you know, we thought we were going to be a big passing team to start the season. Turned out we're a running team, but you got to be able to throw the ball as well. Trip receivers left for the Lions. From the 29-yard line, it's the give to Johnny Miller. Sidesteps a defender, and he's gone again. Gets through. There's one man that has an opportunity, and Johnny Miller breaks the tackle. And the run, it's going to be 71 yards from Johnny Miller. 2 touches, 2 touchdowns, and he's already run for 110 yards here on 2 carries.
He's going to have to give a high five to Carson Davis and Ethan Hendricks on that. Carson Davis held his block deep into the secondary. Ethan Hendricks was a lead blocker on that one. He turns and just clears a path for Johnny and makes it an easy way to get there. Great run by Johnny Miller to finish that.
Yes, it was. So Carterville's setting up for their 2-point conversion like they did on the first opportunity. We got a flag, and it's against the Lions. Unsportsmanlike. So Carterville pending the extra point. They lead it 13-0. Trying the 2-point conversion from the 3. Johnson puts a man in motion. That's Carson Davis. Johnson finds his receiver in the back of the end zone. Gavin Johnson, the 2-point conversion. And it makes it 15-0. Carterville leads it here on the road at Anna-Jonesboro. What a great start for the Lions. We'll be back on News Radio WJPF.
Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Joe's Lawn Service, Carterville, is a locally owned and operated business serving Southern Illinois for over 20 years, specializing in much more than commercial or residential lawn care. Joseph McMahon and his crew can do snow removal, bush hogging, tree trimming, or tree removal, landscaping maintenance, and much more. Call 534-8148. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. 534-8148. That's 534-8148.
And the band is also selling baked goods.
Welcome back to Anna-Jonesboro. Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark with you. Johnny Miller, what a night of work for him. 2 carries, about 110 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, when you're averaging 55 yards a carry, you're off to a good start. Looks like the penalty has been assessed here on the kickoff, so Carterville's kicking off from their own 25-yard line.
And the kick is a good one. Comes out to about the 18-yard line. That's where it's taken by the Wildcats. And trying to get here to the near side on the return, Hunter Kraft. And Carterville brings him down at about the 42-yard line. Wildcats have the football back here with 5:31 remaining. This Lions broadcast. It's brought to you by Malone's Early Learning Center in Carterville, offering programs for infants to school-age children, as well as pre-K and Head Start. It's the best care anywhere. That's at Malone's Early Learning Center. So here comes Coach Hrich, and the offense once again for Anna-Jonesboro. The ball is at the 43-yard line. On the near hash. Still going right to left, right under center. And it's the give to his fullback, who blasts forward for a gain of about 1. It's going to be Smith on the carry.
Jeremiah Bouchard on the tackle there. Did you know today was Jeremiah's birthday?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
How about that? Happy birthday, JB. Second down and 9. Ball out to the 44 of the Wildcats. 15-0 the score here. Lions on top. As Chris Wright, the quarterback, settles in under the center. Puts a man in motion, gives it to his fullback. Coming through is Carson Smith. Carson gets a couple of yards. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Cats. Actually, 3rd and 6 as they bring it out to about the 47-yard line.
Yeah, full backfield with motion, trying to create a little confusion for the defense, but Andy Johnson was not confused. He steps right up into the hole and catches him near the line of scrimmage to bring him down.
Chris Wright, the senior quarterback, gives it to his tailback. That's Patterson. Patterson tries to blast off right tackle. Lions defense walls up right there. Doesn't allow him much at all.
He did not. Once again, they ran into Andy Johnson.
Andy Johnson. He's been outstanding. He could be all-state linebacker this year.
No doubt, no doubt. And he's been solid for 3 years since he started as a sophomore, and you know what you're going to get from him. He's the guy who, according to the coaches, when they hand out the assignments and the plays on Monday, he comes in by Tuesday night, Wednesday, and he knows everything.
Yep.
And he's calling both sides of the ball.
It's 4th and 3 as the Cats are going for it. Chris Wright pitches it out. That was a good pitch. Can Carterville get the stop? Yet no. It's going to be a 1st down. Nice carry for the Wildcats. That was Kraft on the carry. Hunter Kraft, the junior running back, blast forward for a 1st down. 2nd 1st down in the game for the Wildcats.
Well run option. He had the man behind him, took a nice turn. Kraft and runs hard, and it took both safeties and a defensive end in order to bring him down on that play.
Plus 44 in Carterville territory. Ball is on the near hash. 5th play of the drive for the Wildcats from the 44. It's the give, the first man through. No, quarterback Chris Wright keeps it. And he's wrapped for right at the line of scrimmage.
That's your old school midline where they're reading that hole right behind the center, and they're looking to find out if they can leave the ball with the fullback first man through, if the quarterback's going to take it down the line of scrimmage. They've got a lot to think about there. But if you run that all the time and you learn those cues, good teams can run that effectively, and it's almost impossible to stop.
Chris comes to the sideline, gets his play call, runs back out to the huddle, sends a receiver out to the far side, and Trevor Treese, the junior, he's the only receiver spread out. And a flag, it's going to be probably against Anna-Jonesboro. Two players moving at the same time in the backfield, as it was Leon Patterson on the carry, and he lost about 4.
They're likely to decline this.
I would agree.
There you go. Penalty decline. Carterville's just going to go ahead and take the loss of yardage and downs. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 15, it seems.
They go all the way back to the 49-yard line. So 3rd and 15 from the plus 49.
3rd and 15 for the Wildcats.
Lions have scored. They've run 5 offensive plays, have 2 touchdowns, up 15-0. Wright drops back, throws it, overshoots his intended receiver in Leon Patterson.
Pass is incomplete, intended for number 1.
Yeah, they're flooding that side with receivers. It ended up Andy Johnson, a linebacker, had to go out there and help. He had his man responsibility, overshot him, and Hayden Harrell was there on the next person in the line, and nice job of getting the ball knocked down, and Carterville looks like they're going to have an opportunity to receive or return another punt.
So back to receive the punt. Jack Dodson, he's back at the 20. Wildcats are ready to punt. Minute 42 remaining here in the opening quarter. Shank punt goes to the far sideline and gets a good hop as it rolls down the far sideline. It's going to settle down at about the 29-yard line, maybe the 30, and that's where the Lions are going to take over once again, 1st and 10. Hey, one of our sponsors is the City of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson, the City of Carterville, want to remind you of a few upcoming traffic concerns. Lions Club Haunted Hayride is going to have tractors and wagons along James Street and Dent Street this weekend. Also, the 2 blocks of downtown are going to be closed the evening of October 31st for the Carterville Chamber of Commerce Pumpkin Path. Mayor Brad Robinson and the City of Carterville say, let's go Lions.
I don't know how many years they've been doing that haunted hayride, but it seems like it's been around forever.
It has been.
What a nice tradition there in town.
It's a lot of fun. 1st and 10 for the Lions from the 28-yard line. As on the carry, that's Jamie Jones down the far sideline, and he gets past the defender. 1 man to beat, and a diving tackle unsuccessful. Jamie Jones carries it 72 yards for the Carterville Lions.
72-yard run.
Yeah, he had a lot of room, but he also ran really well to get into that room. He did a nice play there. Good job turning the corner, and he showed a little bit of speed once he got out in front of everybody.
Kind of a little stiff arm as he came off that end, too. The 1:30 mark, Lions get the touchdown, 21-0, setting up for the extra point from Gavin Johnson. Andy on the hold, low snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it's good. 22-0 is our score here at Anna-Jonesboro. Wildcats are going to get the football back coming up here on News Radio WJPF.
Don't let the name fool you. The International Brotherhood of Electrical
Dave, just a heads up, I'm hearing a little bit of digital fluttering, and the last time that happened, I lost a signal at one point. So just if that happens, of course, I'll switch to stream, but just keep an eye on your phone. I'll text you if I lose you.
Okay.
Illinois a brighter place. Put your trust in the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all.
22-0, Lions in control here in this first quarter with just 90 seconds remaining. Jamie Jones with a 72-yard touchdown run for Carterville. The kickoff is taken back at about the 5-yard line, bringing it out to about the 15-yard line. Good downfield coverage by the Lions.
Yeah, it's nice whenever you can kick off and you can pin them inside their own 20-yard line. It really helps out and puts a lot of pressure on the Wildcats to start moving the ball down the field. We are still in the first quarter, and it kind of feels like we've been playing all night.
Early score at the end of one from Murphy. DuQuoin leads Murphy 14-0. It's a game we're watching here this evening. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line for the Wildcats, moving right to left. They trailed 22-0, still here in the first quarter. It's to give to the first man through. Actually, it looks like quarterback Capit in Chris Wright.
Chris Wright keeps it. He's met by most of the Lions.
Second down now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, he ran it right into the mess in the middle of the line. That wall didn't move, and there's nowhere to go on that play.
CZR leads Edwards County 6-0 at the end of the first quarter. So CZR trying to play for a playoff spot
those
tonight.
Bearcats, yeah.
How about
Where
that?
are they going to end up in the playoffs? They're
6A. I think they'll go 6A this year.
Be a tough draw.
That would be a tough draw. And the Wildcats on the far side of the jet sweep. And I think that was Matthew Miller on that carry.
Tackle by number 2, Drake Capping.
Drake Capping picks up the tackle.
Carter Jones over there in that. I watched on that last play that Jamie Jones ran for the long touchdown. Carter had a really good lead block through the hole. He and Reginald both did a nice job of picking up a man and giving Jamie room to work.
22-0, as that is how we are going to end the first quarter. We'll be back for second quarter action here on News Radio WJPF.
The Bank of Heron has been serving Southern Illinois since 1937, offering everything from checking and savings accounts to loans and a full-service trust department. With convenient locations and a dedicated professional staff, our outreach and involvement in the communities we serve plays an integral role in how we do business, proving it's not just a bank, it's a relationship. The Bank of Heron. Find out more at bankofheron.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's the restaurant you've heard about all your life. One of Southern Illinois' most unique spots for burgers, fries, rings, and now Polar Whip and Energy has car hops. Now you can still go in and order an Aztec or a double cheese or grab some fried pickles. And don't forget about the hot dogs and the barbecues. But the minute you pull onto the lot at the Whip, out pops a
Could have been.
to take your order. Call ahead, they'll have your order waiting for you. Number is 618-988-9210. Come taste the legend. Easy on the wallet, too. Polar Whip, Energy's finest restaurant.
22-0 here at Anna-Jonesboro. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, the IHSA is going to release their playoff pairings for Illinois. And there are 256 teams that are hoping to make it to the playoffs. Not all of them, every team in Illinois goes.
One team that is going to the playoffs, Carterville Lions.
Carterville Lions.
And they will be hosting next weekend sometime.
Yes, they
Date
will.
and time have not been set, but Carterville will be hosting a playoff game next Friday, Saturday.
2nd and 9 from the 17 for the Cats. The pitch to Leon Patterson. Now he looks to throw. Left-hander just lobs it up. Oh, almost picked off out there. As that was Hayden Harrell. And he had a really good opportunity to pick that up. The Lions have, on the season, they have 14 interceptions.
Is that? I would not have guessed that. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Well, Harrell had a good opportunity on that. I don't think that he knew how much room he had behind him. He had plenty of time to back up and get underneath it. I don't know that it was misjudged. I just don't think that he knew that he had space to move.
So here come the Wildcats once again. They're going to have to punt the ball away. And the punt is taken about the 48-yard line on that return down the far sideline. Taking it to the house. Are they going to give him the touchdown for Jack Dodson?
Looks like they're going to say stepped out of bounds about the 3.
Oh, what a return, though. My goodness.
He has been flirting with that all year. It would have been nice to see him get that one into the end zone. He has scored a touchdown on a pick 6.
He took it, got to the far sideline, and comes up about
10 feet short.
Yep. At the 4-yard line. Just underway here in the second quarter. Carterville a chance to extend this lead.
I think we're going to see Carter Jones here.
I would think so. I think they want to give it to him and let him pick up the points. Oh, Johnson reverses, gets the ball away. That was good defensive pressure there by the Anna-Jonesboro Wildcats as Andy Johnson faked the pitch to the right, tried to roll out, and the defender was right in his face.
Yeah, I think it was a one-option play. He was going to fake to everybody, try to get everybody to go to the right. We roll our tight end, Silas Lee, number 90, out to the flat, hoping to get a one-on-one. And there must have been a misblocking assignment on the left side that didn't allow Andy to make that throw. But what an athletic play to get hit with the ball and still release it and get a pass out.
Yeah.
We didn't lose any yards on that.
No, absolutely. It's second down now and goal from the 4. So Johnson from under center. Andy gives it to his fullback right up the gut. Touchdown. Carterville Lions.
See if they'd have listened to me the first time.
Yeah,
Carter Jones.
Exactly. Carter Jones gets the 4-yard touchdown run. Carter Jones, after that big return, is rewarded with the touchdown here at the 11:28 mark of this second quarter. 28-0, pending the PAT for the Lions. Gavin Johnson, good snap. Man, he's been outstanding on those extra points this season.
Yeah, he's done a really nice job.
29-0 is our score here on the road at Anna-Jonesboro. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on News Radio WJPF.
Central Hospital for Animals in Carbondale, Marion, Heron, and Harrisburg has been taking care of your furry family members for over 40 years. Now offering the VI Pet Plan by Snout. Get monthly pet care plans for dogs and cats with an annual value of just over $200 a month. They also offer puppy and kitten packages to take the worry out of their first year. Need flea and tick prevention? They offer 12-month injectables for dogs, as well as Brevecto Quantum, only available at Central Hospital for Animals.
Welcome back to Anna-Jonesboro. It's Dave McKenzie and Keenan Clark. Lions in firm control here in Week 9 as they lead it 29-0. And we still have 11:28 remaining here in this second quarter. AJ's going to get the football back. Ball's teed up at the 40-yard line. Gavin Johnson with the foot. Kicks it away. It's going to be taken in a knee on the catch by, that was Matthew Miller. And when he caught the ball, his knee touched the ground. And in high school football, you're down. You cannot get up and run from there. And
he knew it, too. As soon as he had that ball and he stood up, he kind of dropped his shoulders, and the ref blew the whistle. He knew that he had messed up by settling his knee down to catch that.
11:26 on the clock here. Here comes the Wildcat offense. Here on senior night at Anna-Jonesboro. We're talking about the playoff preview show. That's going to be tomorrow night, starting at 7:30 on 103.5 ESPN. Darren Kennard, Matt Varney, myself, all getting together in that little bitty studio.
Be cozy.
And talking about high school football. You know, when you look at, didn't really get to it in the pregame show. Class 2A polls came out this week. Of course, Johnston City remaining undefeated. They're trying to go 9-0 tonight. DuQuoin, they've got one loss on the season. They're number 7. Class 4A, Benton number 7. Bree Central number 8. Lions number 10. Cahokia at number 12, and Marion finally made a look in the 5A poll at number 12 after that big win over Carbondale.
That must have been a very interesting game when they had the 27-0 lead and then was losing late.
Fought their way back.
Hard count, gets Carterville to jump off sides there.
Does.
That penalty is offsides against the Lions.
Second down and 11.
After the 5-yard penalty, it would be
ball comes out to the 9-yard line. So actually second down and 7 after the penalty. Quarterback Chris Wright has worked under center. Gives it to his fullback, who blasts forward for a gain of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yards. That may be enough for a first down for the Anna-Jonesboro Wildcats.
Nothing that Carterville did wrong on that. They couldn't get him to the ground. We had people there, wrapped him up. He just lowered his shoulders and dug in and pushed himself ahead another 6 yards, 7 yards after that contact. Nice run.
Yeah, absolutely moved the chain. First down for the Wildcats. They carried it out to the 17-yard line. So a gain of 8 on that carry. It's 1st and 10. Just one receiver spread out to the left side. Quarterback Chris Wright.
Tried the hard count again.
Yep. Hands it off to his fullback. Lions D doesn't allow much. About 1 looks like is what they're going to give him. Second down and 9. Taking it out to about the 18-yard line.
Defensive line is still in there, still fresh. That group with Carson Davis and Jeremiah Bouchard, Luke Barnhart, and
they've been outstanding,
Braden Brown has been outstanding.
Second down and 9 from the 18. 9 minutes remaining here until halftime. Lions on top, 29-0. Put a man in motion. And quarterback Chris Wright is going to keep it, and that Carterville defense spun him down for a loss. It's going to be a loss of about 4, it looks like.
It looks like the defense is starting to figure out that option, where the responsibilities are, how to read what the offensive line is doing in order to get into the right places to take away anything that Anna could possibly have.
So third down and 11 for the Wildcats from the 16-yard line. Ball over toward the far hash. Wildcats moving left to right. They spread out a receiver in Trevor Treese here to the near side. 8 minutes exactly remaining. Quarterback Chris Wright rolls right, throws right, and throws it incomplete. It was intended out here for Carson Smith. Pressure applied by that Lions defense forces a 4th and 11 now for the Wildcats.
Braden Brown, you could see it, and he could smell that. That tackle. It was right in front of him.
So the Wildcats, deep in their own territory, send out Julian Bruss to do the kicking. 26-0. DuQuoin on top of Murphy. Breese Central leads Heron 21-0. Kick comes out of bounds here at about the 38-yard line, and that's where the Lions are going to take over. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Steve and Rich's Barber Styling. For men, women, and children, offering cuts, styling, perming, walk-ins are welcome. Right there on South Division Street in Carterville. It's Steve and Rich's Barber Styling. Lions who lead it 29-0. Another opportunity here. 7:56 remaining. It's 1st and 10. The plus 42-yard line of Anna-Jonesboro. Go ahead.
I was going to say the offense has only been out for just a handful of plays.
We'll count those up in a moment. Andy Johnson rolls right, throws right, has his man out there. Nice catch and a nice move by Zach Carter. Carter down that far side. Brought down at about the 22-yard line. Nice little pitch and catch and run.
I like to see Andy rolling out. It gives him an opportunity to see what's out open in the field. You know, he's not a tall quarterback. That doesn't mean that he can't be effective in the pocket, but he's got some big linemen in front of him to look over. And we roll him out, get him a good look at what's happening in the secondary. And he's smart. He found the right man, and great catch and run by Zach Carter. I love the finish by just lowering your shoulder and grabbing an extra yard or two on contact.
20-yard gain for the Lions. A pass again here to the near side across the 10 to the 5, cutting it up. That is Zach Carter once again. He picks up another touchdown, a 22-yard pass from Andy Johnson to Zach Carter.
Well, that means Zach Carter's averaging a little over 20 yards per reception, but it's still not near Johnny Miller's rushing average for the game.
He came into the game averaging 14 yards per reception. Zach Carter, 22-yard reception here at the 7:22 mark. Lions lead at 35-0 pending the PAT. And that is good. So Carterville 35-0 here at the 7:22 mark of this second quarter. Stay with us. More on the way here on News Radio WJPF.
They'd like to invite all the AJ football fans grades 7 through 12 to Anaheim Baptist for a time to play and hang out in the same place. That'll be this evening after the game until 11:30 p.m. in the Family Life Center. They'll have black light dodgeball, ping pong, numerous quizzes and shows. Again, that's at Anaheim Baptist Church. And that is after the
If you don't come see me today, I can't save you any money.
22-yard pitch and catch from Andy Johnson to Zach Carter. Lions up 36-0 now. Anna-Jonesboro going to get the football back.
Getting a few last words of wisdom from the special teams coach before the defensive or the receiving team takes the field.
Ball teed up, the far hash at the 40-yard line. And the Wildcats send Leon Patterson deep. Here comes the kick, line drive kick. And gets past Leon Patterson back to about the 2-yard line. He has to go back and get it, picks it up and brought down at about the 6. Great downfield tackling by that Lions defense.
Oh, yeah, they looked like they came through all the way untouched. You had Keaton Basolo and Reginald Wilson right there on him as soon as he got the ball in possession. Again, I think this is the 3rd time they've been inside their own 15-yard line as the result of a kick. Nice job by the special team so far tonight.
So, Lions are up 36-0. They've run 7 offensive plays.
That's pretty efficient.
That's a pretty good efficiency rating. 1st and 10. Ball is at the 7-yard line for the Wildcats. Bang! What a tackle. Coming in there for the Lions. And Carter Jones just busted the running back for Anna-Jonesboro. I didn't even see who it was. My goodness.
Yeah, Carter came through completely untouched and was in full sprint whenever he made contact in the backfield.
Believe that was Leon Patterson on the carry. And he was just decimated.
It was Leon Patterson.
So 2nd and 12 after that loss of 2. Ball is back at the 5-yard line. Clock rolls here, 6:19. And the give up the middle, carrying it out to about the 10, maybe the 11-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 6. So they're going to give him the 11 on that carry by Carson Smith.
Yeah, Bouchard and Jackson Smith coming in and making a nice tackle from the end. I said Jackson Smith. I'm sorry. Jackson Labatt comes in from the defensive end and makes that play. We've not seen Jackson Smith on defense yet. Probably won't see him tonight there.
Probably won't. 3rd and 6 now from their own 11-yard line for the Wildcats. 5:38 remaining. Give to their fullback. Nope, keeper by the quarterback, Chris Wright, the senior. Gobbled up right there by that Carterville D once again.
He's met in the backfield by number 56, Jackson Labatt.
Jackson Labatt again on the tackle, and all 3 linebackers in on that tackle. We had Jones and Johnson. Looks like Carterville's bringing in a punt return team. Going to get Jack Dotson a break from that after his great return last time and bring in another sophomore, Gavin Johnson, to return this punt.
Return the punt, kick the field goal.
I saw him return 2 or 3 for touchdowns earlier this week.
Good kick.
Look out.
It's going to be taken by Gavin Johnson, trying to get to the outside, around the block, across the 30, to the 20, to the 10, dodges the defender, and gets in for the touchdown. And that is a Carterville touchdown. That was taken. You're going to have to get me the yard line on that, because I think it was at about the 36.
He fielded that punt right. His feet were on the 40-yard line when he fielded that punt. It was a 40-yard return for the sophomore.
Gavin Johnson. What a return.
Well,
you called it.
I told you he could be a breakout guy on that type of play. He's so fast when he gets going. He just has to get the gears going, and once he's full speed, you're not going to catch him.
42, and he's going to kick his own extra point here. He may be out of breath, but he boots it through nonetheless. 43-0 is our score here with 4:37 remaining. The Lions in control. We'll be back here on News Radio WJPF.
Bank with people you know, who know and love Southern Illinois. First Southern Bank is a community bank that cares for and gives back to the communities we serve. Locally owned, local people, local decisions, and locations throughout Southern Illinois to serve you. First Southern Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Visit First Southern Bank at firstsouthernbank.net.
Gavin Johnson, 40-yard punt return for the Lions. And I guess most importantly here, with it being 43, that's going to give the Lions the running clock to start the second half. If they can keep A.J. off the scoreboard here on the return for the Wildcats, it's Leon Patterson. Nice return from Leon Patterson.
He's brought down by number 21, Reginald Wilson.
You know, Gavin Johnson's had a good night so far. He's kicked 6 extra points, scored a 2-point conversion, and a touchdown.
That'll look good in the stat book. That'll look good in the stat book this week. The return brings it out to the 30-yard line for the Wildcats.
A lot of fresh faces out here on defense. Carterville's starting to get some guys in, get some reps, and rest some of those full-time varsity guys here in the middle of the second quarter.
Got to keep A.J. out of the end zone here, though, going into halftime. And the carry. Carson Smith carries it out. Carterville's defense wraps him up.
Basolo and Jackson Labatt again on that. Jeremiah Bouchard's still out there. He's a one-way guy, and it's his birthday. So maybe he's getting an extra series for that. But
yeah.
Other than that, a lot of fresh faces out here on defense. We still have our safeties in. We don't want to give up the long pass. I see Cappy and Dotson are still back there to kind of keep people in line, get everybody where they needed to go.
Maybe I can get Coach to stop the bus at the Dairy Queen, and we can get a birthday ice cream on the way home.
Yeah.
For JB out there. Clock's rolling at 3:40. 2nd and 13 from the 27. For the Cats, they give it to Leon Patterson. Patterson grabbed by the arm. Did the ball come loose? Nope. He spun forward for a gain of about 3, might be 4. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 9. Now for the Wildcats. The ball rests at the 31-yard line. Gain of 4 on that carry by Leon Patterson. Beautiful night for football in Southern Illinois. Just chilly, not cold.
Just chilly enough to enjoy the game without getting too cold. I'm not too picky, though.
No. Funny how we can go from games at 90 to down to 55 here tonight. End around by Patterson, trying to pick up the first down, but it's only going to be about a gain of 4.
Basolo again is doing wreaking a lot of havoc there from the linebacker position for the Lions.
Bree Central over Heron 21-6 after the first quarter. Carbondale leads tied with Mascoutah at the end of the first. No score in the World Series tonight. Game 1, LA Toronto.
Coach Wakey over there barking out his orders to not jump offside here.
Dodgers.
4th and 5.
Top second.
From the 35. It's the give to Patterson. Tries to get to the outside. Got grabbed and spun down. Once they get a hold of you, get a hand on that jersey. Don't let go. Wait for the troops to arrive.
Drake Cappy, Deacon Lane, kept him contained out there. That's going to turn it over on downs. Carterville's ball at the 36-yard line. Looks like we have a new offense coming out. One of the backup quarterbacks, Jack Dotson, I think is going to be running the show now.
So it's 1st and 10 from the plus 36. What was that update on that, Brian?
1-0 Dodgers, top second.
1-0 Dodgers, top of the second.
Carterville just took a timeout. I think they're going to make sure they have the right personnel and see that everything's set up so they can get out here and get going.
We'll take a break as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on News Radio WJPF.
Ralph's Small Engine is your full-service repair shop that keeps your equipment running year-round. At Ralph's, they treat each customer like family.
Yeah, but the Dodgers got the bases loaded.
Shohei at the plate? That would be nice. Smack!
Rates as low as 0%. They don't do high-pressure sales. Just get you into the equipment you need.
Now, Coach Hawkins would love to hear that.
Yes, he would. He's probably watching right now.
On Highway 51, just south of Elkville. Best of luck this season.
43-0 here with minute 40 remaining. Minute 49 to be exact at Anna-Jonesboro. First down and 10 for the Lions from the plus 36. Trip receivers here to the near side. They have one to the far side to the Lions. That's not Johnson at quarterback. It's the give to Reggie Wilson. Reggie, he breaks it free, gets into the backfield, and a 36-yard touchdown run for the Carterville Lions, Reggie Wilson.
36-yard run by Reginald Wilson.
Reggie, we've seen this time and time again, once he gets turned upfield, he's just so fast. And he makes nice cuts. He sees the field really well, and he will walk that one into the end zone.
49-0 here. Minute 41 remaining. The Lions getting lined up for the extra point. Gavin Johnson.
I think Jackson Smith coming out here to get on the line. He felt like he was going to get a break there for a second, and he is an integral part of the field goal unit.
Jack Dodson on the hold. Snap, hold, kick.
Blocked.
So it keeps it 49-0 as the extra point was blocked. With a minute 41 remaining here in the second quarter, back in 30 on News Radio WJPF.
As a parent, you want the best care for your family, and at Shawnee Health,
Otani just left the bases loaded for the Dodgers. He grounded out.
Our team, including Dr. Matheen Nexed and nurse practitioners Amanda Reynolds and Teresa Johnson, offer comprehensive care for every member of your family, from newborns to grandparents. Whether it's checkups, managing conditions, or sports physicals, our Carterville team is here to keep your family healthy. Call to schedule an appointment or visit ShawneeHealth.com. Go Lions!
49-0 is our score here with a minute 41 remaining here in the first half. Reggie Wilson, big run, 36-yard touchdown run for the Lions. Kickoff, taken back inside the 10-yard line, making a nice move and finally run out of bounds here on the return by Matthew Miller for the Wildcats.
It's knocked out of bounds by Liam O'Brien. Carterville's bringing a defensive unit out.
8th possession for the Wildcats here in this first half. Minute 34 remaining, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 from the Wildcats from their 20-yard line.
So the Lions are going to have the running clock in the second half, which is exactly what you want.
We do.
Get some backup players, some of the second stringers, some action here in the second half.
It's nice to see them get some work in the first half of the game and see what they can do, show up, take advantage of the opportunity.
Leon Patterson takes it on the sweep, and it's shut down quickly by that Carterville defense. No gain, going to make it 2nd down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Coming up at halftime, you're going to hear from Darren Kennard on the River Radio Sports Central halftime report. Tomorrow night, we're going to have our playoff pairings show on 103.5 ESPN. And that starts at 7:30. They'll start releasing the brackets at 8 o'clock. So we'll kind of break those down. We'll talk to some of the coaches. Coach Brett Dowell is going to join us at some point tomorrow night on the Gary. Hunter Kraft trying to get to the outside. Picks up a couple for the Cats.
He's had a couple of nice runs where he's taken advantage of missed tackles rolled off of it. He stays very low to the ground.
Hunter Craft, a junior, stands 5'10". Get to see him again next year. Ball out to the 22-yard line, so 3rd down and 8. 21 seconds remaining here until halftime. This will be the last play of the half. Lions lead it 49-0. Deep pass just chucked out there by Chris Wright. His intended receiver was Brody College. But I think Chris Wright felt the pressure, knew he had to get rid of it. And that's going to leave 2.1 seconds left on the clock. So 4th down and 8.
Just enough for one more play, it seems.
Yep. We'll also update scores from around Southern Illinois. A couple of key games that we're watching this evening. DuQuoin, Murphysboro.
That has turned into a rout, last I heard.
Yeah, I don't have a new update on that one, but we'll get that coming up. Last play. I said that the last play, but this will be the last play of the first half. And Carterville's got to bring him down, and that does end the first half of football. What a first half it has been for the Lions as they lead it 49-0 here on the road at Anna-Jonesboro. Lions lead it. We'll be back, and we'll have your Ward Chrysler halftime show. It's coming up next here on News Radio WJPF.
Are you looking to enhance the beauty of your home or garden? Look no further than Clark
All right,
Natural
Darren
Stone, your
is
go-to
2.5, so 90 Darren 90 gets you 5.5. You can take extra breaks in half if you want. We are going to be okay on spots, even if we just stick to normal.
Okay.
So if you're looking to make the
awesome.
outside
Thanks.
of your home as beautiful as your inside, go 5 miles east of Marion and talk to the folks at Clark Natural Stone. Clark Natural Stone, premier landscaping service of Southern Illinois.
SIU Credit Union knows what it
Did that chirping kind of go away?
Yeah, it seems to be okay now.
Okay.
They're here to give back because people helping people is at the heart of everything they do. You can join SIUCU if you live or work in one of the lower 24 counties in Southern Illinois. That's right. If you're a Lions fan, you can be a part of their team too. Learn more at SIUCU.org. SIU Credit Union, your financial home team. Membership required. Insured by NCUA.
Looking for a bakery that's anything but ordinary? Heather's Bake Shop in downtown Carterville is serving up sweet surprises every day. From fresh cinnamon rolls, cookies, scones, cream horns, and muffins, all made from scratch with love and other natural ingredients. And don't forget the coffee bar. Sip on hot or cold brews, espressos, or a latte while enjoying a grab-and-go breakfast or lunch, all made just the way you like. Stop by Heather's Bake Shop.
Benton only leads Harrisburg 21-0 at the half.
Yeah, I saw that was close earlier.
Nashville getting beat by Chester. Wow. Welcome back to halftime here at Anna-Jonesboro. Dave McKenzie and Keenan Clark with you here on this Friday night, week 9 of the high school football season. All Carterville in that first quarter. Impressive first half of football.
I think they've executed everything that they wanted to do. Again, defensively, it took them a little bit of time to figure out what they needed to do to stop the option, and once they closed that down, I don't know that there's been many positive gains for the Wildcats since then.
Running clock for the Lions as we start the second half. It was all Carterville. 11:09 mark, a 40-yard touchdown run from Johnny Miller. He just broke it down. The far side scores. Extra point was good. Lions 7-0. AJ gets the football. They punt it. Carterville on their second play of that possession. A 71-yard touchdown run from Miller at the 5:37 mark. 2-point conversion good. Made it 15-0. Wildcats punted away after their 8-play drive. Then it was a 72-yard touchdown run by Jamie Jones with 90 seconds remaining. And the Lions lead at 22-0 at the end of one. Carterville scores at the 11:28 mark of the second quarter, a 4-yard touchdown run from Carter Jones, a 22-yard touchdown from Zach Carter on the pass from Andy Johnson. That came at the 7:22 mark. A punt return for a touchdown by Gavin Johnson at the 4.5-minute mark of the second quarter. Lions up 43-0. And then Reggie Wilson gets in on the scoring act, a 36-yard touchdown run with 1:41. Lions, that's where we stand now. That extra point was actually blocked, and it's 49-0 Carterville here in the first half.
Well, I think what you said was, Reggie Miller finally getting in on the scoring, or also getting in on the scoring. How many different players scored a touchdown for Carterville out of the 7 that they had? Would they have at least six different players score a touchdown? Yep. So that's spreading the ball around. That's diversifying your offense and making sure that you've got all of your weapons sharp and ready to go for next week.
Yep. And, it's just been all Carterville here in this week 9 matchup on the road at Anna-Jonesboro. It's our Ward Chrysler halftime show. We're going to go on and take a break. When we come back, you're going to hear from Darren Kennard with the River Radio Sports Central halftime report. He's coming up next here on NewsRadio WJPF.
Looking for the right shoe, the right fit for running, hiking, or walking? RTS Outfitters in Marion is just for you. At RTS Outfitters, they do a unique 4-step fitting process.
How many offensive plays did you say we
The right shoe with the right fit just for you to help reduce injuries and increase comfort. RTS Outfitters carries
11 offensive plays.
Brooks, On Cloud, North Face,
What's that?
and more, plus accessories and hydration supplies. Visit RTS Outfitters in Marion
Crazy.
or at rtsoutfitters.com.
You're listening to Carterville Lions football on News Radio 1340, WJPF Heron, W258DP Heron, 99.5 FM.
John A. Logan College is proud to support area high schools in the classroom and on the playing field. John A. Logan offers high school students the opportunity to earn college credit while in high school. Students can get a jump start on their college careers while saving money. After high school, students can easily transition to one of the college's career and technical education programs or a traditional baccalaureate transfer program. No matter your path, you'll know why everyone says, why would you go anywhere else? Good luck this season and visit jalc.edu.
Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Joe's Lawn Service, Carterville, is a locally owned and operated business serving Southern Illinois for over 20 years, specializing in much more than commercial or residential lawn care. Joseph McMahon and his crew can do snow removal, bush hogging, tree trimming or tree removal, landscaping maintenance, and much more. Call 534-8148. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. 534-8148. That's 534-8148.
With your River Radio Sports Central halftime report, I'm Darren Kennard. The high school football regular season will come to a close across the state over the next 20 or so hours. Tomorrow evening, the IHSA will announce the 256-team playoff field along with the pairings for the 8 classes. The pairings will start being released a little after 8 o'clock. Now, this note from the promotions department, be sure to join us on 103.5 ESPN tomorrow night at 7:30 for our annual playoff pairing show. Matt Varney, Dave McKenzie, and I will have interviews with area coaches and break down the brackets as they're released. That's tomorrow night at 7:30 on 103.5 ESPN. The postseason will begin for cross-country tomorrow with regionals across the state. Area 1A runners, both boys and girls, will be competing in regionals at Murphysboro, Chester, and Westland. Area 2A runners will be headed to Carterville and Olney. The sectionals will be next Saturday with state in 2 weeks. The volleyball postseason will start Monday night. The area top 1A seeds are NCOE, Edwards County, Trico, and Goreville. In 2A, teams from the region have been split up. Bree Central, Pinckneyville, Columbia, and Redbud are the top seeds in regionals feeding into the Westland sectional, while Carmi-White County, Fairfield, Massac County, and Carterville are the top seeds in regionals feeding into the Benton sectional. Now, there has been a regional location change. Heron will now be hosting the 2A regional that was slated for West Frankfort, a move that was made earlier in the week prior to the tentative agreement reached by the Frankfort School District and the Teachers Union. In 3A, Breeze Mater Dei is the top seed at Mount Vernon, where Centralia and Carbondale will also join the host Lady Rams. Marion will join top seed at Mascoutah at the Waterloo Regional. The poll is up to choose our next Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois in Mount Vernon primetime performer. We have 18 nominees for you this week. You can read about them and vote in the poll at riverradiosportscentral.com. The poll will be up until midnight Sunday night. Be sure to like and follow River Radio Sports Central on Facebook and Twitter/X. Join us live on Facebook after the games tonight for Friday Night Live. We'll have all your scores and discuss tonight's Week 9 action. That'll be on the River Radio Sports Central Facebook page. We look forward to seeing you there.
Growing up in Southern Illinois, you learn the importance of helping others. I'm Caden Hawkins, and it's one of the reasons that I'm proud to represent this region as a member of SIU's Saluki men's basketball team. It's also why I'm glad to be a Banterra customer because they support our communities. Plus, I can open my account online, and with their Saluki Visa debit card, I know my purchases contribute to SIU scholarships and athletics. That was an easy win for me. Banterra Bank, official partner of Saluki Athletics, member FDIC.
Don't let the name fool you. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 702 represents more than just electricians. The IBEW is made up of Southern Illinois linemen, tree trimmers, telephone workers, utility workers, city employees, factory workers, construction workers, and many more. So when you support the IBEW, you're really supporting Southern Illinois. Help make Southern Illinois a brighter place. Put your trust in the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all.
It's the restaurant you've heard about all your life. One of Southern Illinois' most unique spots for
Okay,
burgers,
you're coming
fries,
back.
rings, and now
Still 1-0 Dodgers, now
car
top
hops.
three.
Now you can still go in
Okay.
and order an Aztec or a double cheese or grab some fried pickles. And don't forget about the hot dogs and the barbecues. But the minute you pull onto the lot at the Whip, out pops a car hop to take your order. Call ahead. They'll have your order waiting for you. Number 618-988-9210. Come taste the legend. Easy on the wallet, too. Polar Whip, Energy's finest restaurant.
Welcome back to Anna-Jonesboro High School. It's Dave McKenzie and Keenan Clark with you. 49-0 our score here and halftime. Let's take a look at some scores from around Southern Illinois at the half. Benton Rangers lead Harrisburg 21-0. Chester shutting out Nashville this evening 10-0. It's senior night for the Chester Yellow Jackets. Sparta getting beat by West Frankfort 22-13. Murphy getting spanked by DuQuoin 26-0. And Central leads Heron 41-6. That's a second quarter score. Turning to South, 7 games this evening. Got to look here. Cahokia leads Sycamore 14-12. Effingham leads Centralia 9-7 here this evening. Centralia could be a potential playoff opponent for the Lions. At least there was some chatter about that.
There was some chatter about that. A lot of dominoes would have to fall into place for that, but they would probably more likely be a second-round opponent if we did run into them.
Cahokia Conference teams tonight. Salem leads Charleston 22-7. Seneca blowing out Carlisle 35-0. Roxana 27-0 over Marquette. Mount Zion leads Mater Dei 30-7. And as we said, West Frankfort leads Sparta 22-13. Black Diamond games tonight. El Dorado trails Red Hill 30-22. Oh, excuse me. Let me correct that. Just one halftime score I have is 13-6 Flora over Red Hill this evening. So my scoreboard here is kind of bouncing around all evening. Here you go. Sesser getting beat by Johnston City. That's a good game, 14-6. Christopher leads Edwards County 28-7. Fairfield leads Hamco 38-6. And no score being reported between Carmi, White County, and El Dorado this evening. So,
yeah, really interested in the Johnson City Sesser matchup. That's a tight one, and those two teams are obviously perennial favorites in that conference, and it's nice to see that showdown Week 9. That's one of the things you get in the conference in the Black Diamond.
Coming into tonight, teams that had all clinched spots. Richland County, Johnson City, Benton, Carterville, Casey, Westfield, Breese Central, Flora, DuQuoin, Freeburg, Cahokia, Chester, DuPont, Waterloo, East St. Louis, Sasser-Valier, Centralia, Columbia, Belleville, and Mascoutah. Thanks to Darren Kennard from River Radio Sports Central for that information. Playoff are eligible coming into tonight with their 5 wins: Nashville, Frankfort, Fairfield, Marion, Red Hill, Highland, Roxana, Paris, and Alton Marquette. Needing to win to be playoff eligible, which means picking up that 5th win tonight. Mount Carmel, Edwardsville, Murphysboro, Althoff, CZRE, Westland, Triad, Sparta, Steelville all need a win to become playoff eligible tonight. And there, don't rule out the possibility there could be a couple of 4 and 5 teams that get in, and the teams that we're needing that win to get it 4 wins: Breeze Mater Dei, the Rams from Mount Vernon, Harrisburg, Carbondale Terriers, Belleville West, also Massac County. So there was a lot to be decided here in Week 9 of this high school football season.
That's what makes this end of the season so exciting. Your Week 7, 8, and 9, it just seems like the wins and losses are just heightened at that point in time because you know what that number is and where you got to go in order to get in for the playoffs.
Absolutely. That's Keenan Clark. I'm Dave McKenzie, and again, tomorrow night, 7:30, you want to make sure you flip on your radio to 103.5 ESPN.
You guys do a great job of that show, by the way. I love it when you call in, when you have the coaches call in, you get their perspective and find out what their first thoughts are whenever they hear an opponent. Obviously, people they're happy to be in and they want to play, but it's nice to know that that they've already got an idea as to what kind of team they're going to see. These coaches spend the whole day wondering what's going to be told to them at 8 o'clock at night a lot of times.
Yeah, but you remember last year, I can remember Brett saying, wasn't going to do that. Whatever the phone call was that he got, when the pairings came out.
And did you believe Brett when he said that?
No, I did for just a split second, and then I realized who I was dealing with, and I was like, oh, yeah, no, I don't believe that at all.
He may not have stressed about it, but he was involved in what was going on, and he was getting information, and people were reaching out to him, and he was reaching out to people to see what the projections were. But was he stressed about it? Probably not. No. He was happy to be in. We're going to sit back, and we'll play who we play, and I think that's probably going to be his philosophy this year. Nothing you can do about it. No. It's out of our hands. We can control what we do here on this field tonight, and everything else is up to the rest of the state.
And it literally is a numbers game.
Mm-hmm.
Up and down, it is a numbers game. So,
like we said last week, it's so bizarre that some 2A school could upset somebody and grab a conference title that no one saw coming, or get a team that they were sure going to get their 5th win tonight. They don't get it, and so now this team gets bumped up or bumped down because there's a vacant spot now. Yep. They take 256 teams, and they just split them across the classes. And whenever, wherever they fall is where they fall.
That's exactly how it rolls. So tomorrow night, 7:30 is when that's going to start. IHSA will start releasing the brackets. They'll start with the 1A bracket. That'll be at 8 o'clock. We cannot jump ahead and release brackets. We get the information as they release it. So we should go probably until about 9 o'clock, maybe 9:30 if we have to. But I know Brett Dial's going to join us sometime after 8 o'clock when that 4A bracket's released. I think we've got 3 or 4 different coaches that we're going to be talking with. So we'll have it all for you tomorrow night over on 103.5 ESPN. Darren Kennard, Matt Varney, and myself. Hey, don't forget, homecoming weekend at SIU tomorrow. They need a win in a bad way over Northern Iowa. Tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock is the kickoff. Parade is going to step off at 10 o'clock. We'll have Sports Voice on location from Saluki Plaza coming up starting from 11 o'clock until 1 o'clock. It'll be myself, Scott Hudson, and I think Ben Greenberger is going to join us over there tomorrow, so should be a lot of fun. We're going to go on and take our final break here on our Ward Chrysler halftime report. 49-0 is our score. Second half action is coming up next. Back in 90 seconds on News Radio WJPF.
Central Hospital for Animals.
Hey, one other thing going on tomorrow. You guys might mention the Itchy Jones celebration at Itchy Jones Stadium. That's at 11 o'clock. Parking. They're encouraging folks to, park on the hill or in the lots. Of course, with the football game, maybe not that much parking over there, but that's at 11 at Itchy Jones Stadium tomorrow. Mike Reese and other folks will be speaking at that.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder on that.
Okay, and it's 2-0 now, mid-third, LA.
begins with the right ingredients. So we've taken services like mobile banking and teen debit accounts, added in helpful employees and a full trust department, then topped it off with a commitment of service to our communities. Put it all together, and it's clear why the Bank of Huron is a leader in the communities we serve. Community strong, the Bank of Huron is not just a bank, it's a relationship.
And our senior in her last evening under the Friday Night Lights, Miss Jada Benefield.
One other thing to remind you going on tomorrow, not only is it homecoming weekend, Jeremy Chin's going to be in town tomorrow.
Oh, he is.
He is the Grand Marshal of the homecoming parade at SIU. He plays for the Raiders now. But also, it's a celebration of life for Itchy Jones taking place at the Itch there at SIU in Carbondale. It's going to start at 11 o'clock. Mike Reese is going to be there. There's going to be a bunch of speakers. And, of course, we lost Itchy last year, but this is the opportunity to get together and kind of celebrate his life, how much he meant to SIU and the people in the area. And so that's coming up tomorrow. It's all part of the homecoming activities. The parade at 10 o'clock. Game is going to kick off at 2 o'clock. So they got music down on the strip. They got the strip shut down tonight. So if you're a Carterville fan driving home, keep that in mind when you're going back. You're going to have to take the little jog to avoid that South Illinois Avenue area. So just something to keep you aware of. As we are getting set, Lions are going to have the running clock the rest of the way here as we start play in this second half. 49-0. Lions racked up the points there in the first half to pick up the running clock.
Very efficient offense, like we said, 11 offensive plays. We also picked up a special teams touchdown in the process.
Special teams have been outstanding for this Lions squad this year.
And that's what set us apart this year. I think that we've excelled in every part of the game. Our run game's been good. We've thrown the ball when we've needed to be able to. We have defense has been outstanding, defensive back, defensive line. And then, again, like you said, the special teams has been quite an improvement this season.
Carterville's going to tee it up at the 40-yard line. Doing the kicking is going to be Carter Woods.
Carter's got some experience kicking varsity. He's kicked a lot of balls for us this year already.
Yeah. He really kind of started the season as our kicker. Gavin Johnson took over about midway through the season. Carter's got it teed up right on the X, right on the 40-yard line. Right in the middle of the field. Cats in 2 deep, 3 deep actually. It's going to be a line drive kick. Hops at about the 18-yard line. It's picked up at about the 12 by Leon Patterson. Patterson trying to get to the outside. Excuse me, that's not Patterson. That 17, Matthew Miller.
Number 20, Max Mason on the tackle. Good job of squaring him up, getting him out of bounds. Favorable field position here for the Lions. Try to get a stop, get the ball back, and let some of our young guys make some plays on offense again.
CZRE leads Edwards County 28-7 at the half. So we'll keep you up to date on scores as we go through the evening. It's 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 27-yard line. Ball at the far hash. They're moving right to left. They're blue over blue uniforms with the white helmets. As quarterback Chris Wright finally pitches it out, gets it to Leon Patterson. Patterson brought down inbounds at about the 33-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 6.
Deacon Lane again on the tackle, getting a little help from Addison Mann coming up from the safety position to close that out. I'm seeing that the AJ backfield, they're doing a really nice job of carrying out their fakes. I've seen this multiple times. Tackle or confuse the defensive line and the linebackers not knowing where the ball's at. I've seen us a few times try to make a tackle, then look around like, where's the ball? We can't find it. So, credit them for making some nice fake handoffs in the backfield.
It's quarterback Chris Wright. Popped right at about the 35-yard line. And what's, you bring up that point about carrying out the fakes. Let me tell you what. That just says a lot about this team because it would be very easy to be 0-8. You're down 49-0 here in the second half and just like
go through the motions.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
No, but they've played a clean game and fought hard tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Third down and 1 for the Wildcats from their own 36.
This defensive unit's going to have to do the same thing that the last defensive unit did. They're going to have to sort of figure out this blocking scheme and get a feel for that option that they're seeing.
49-0. Did he get it? Boy, that's close. Yeah, it looks like he got just enough. About a half a yard is what they pick up.
It's brought down by Brant Robinson.
First down.
That is a first down for the Cats. Going to move the chains. 1st and 10. Here in the third quarter. 9:20 on the rolling clock. Quarterback Chris Wright trots his way back to the huddle after getting the play call from head coach Jamie Yates in his second season here at AJ after Brett Dietering retired. So it's 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Gives it to his tailback. That's Leon Patterson. Patterson bangs his way for a gain of about 7. Good first down run. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3 now as he carries it out to the 47-yard line.
Addison Mann came out of that tackle with the ball and was wanting to be given possession. When he made the tackle, he rolls out of the play, and he's got the ball under his arm, and he was hoping that they would award him a fumble recovery for that, but they ruled the running back down, and so we're now at a 2nd and 2 situation for the Wildcats.
Patterson picked up 8 on that carry. So the ball now at the 47-yard line. 2nd down and 2 from the 42. Give to the first man through. And that's a lot of defensive linemen in your grill like that.
Yeah, Brant Robinson has had some good minutes this year for us, and he spends a lot of his time right here whenever we're getting these closing out these games, but he has played with that first group a few times, and he has shown that he can get in there and he can mix things up. He's a big athletic defensive lineman who can play offensive line if we need him to, and that was a nice play there.
3rd and 5 for Anna-Jonesboro. It's just, I'm mind-boggled that this is the last regular season football game. This year has really, really just flown by. Inside handoff, good defense, wraps him up. That is Hunter Kraft. He has the first down as he carries that into Carterville territory out near the 40-yard line. What a run from Hunter Kraft for the Wildcats.
A couple of missed tackles by the line of scrimmage, but again, credit him, Kraft, to stay low and keep the legs churning and run right through it. Again, the safety is making the tackle, and you really don't want your safety having to make the tackles time and time again, but Addison Mann probably has 3 or 4 already in this possession.
7th play of the drive coming up for the Wildcats. The clock continues to roll, 6:40 remaining. Post-game show will be abbreviated tonight. Sure, everybody just wants to get home, so we'll see. Coach looks up here. We'll see how that goes.
I mean, you already replaced him on the pregame show,
I know,
Coach Murph.
We get Wakey up here for the postgame.
Coach Wakey up here for the postgame, perhaps.
Patterson dropped right at the 40-yard line, the line of scrimmage.
There'll be no one better for some insight after the game than Coach Wakey.
And again, would be a lot of fun.
He's observant and articulate.
He is.
2nd and 10.
Get Sean up here too, Just have the Sean and Wake show.
That sounds like
That'd be
that's
a good podcast.
That's more suitable for like a Saturday morning drive somewhere. I don't know that we need that on the radio after the football game.
2nd down and 10 from the 40-yard line. Bring a man in motion. Quarterback right keeps it, spun down right at the 40-yard line. He's worked his hind end off here tonight. Has quarterback Chris Wright for Anna-Jonesboro.
Linebackers Basolo and Sandonoski and Cal Dunning getting in on that. It's nice to see the linebackers getting in on the plays as opposed to having to bring the safeties up to tackle 6 yards past the line of scrimmage. That was a much better job. Got good pressure from the defensive line on that.
It's a 3rd down and 9. Under 5 to play here in the 3rd. Steve McKenzie, Keenan Clark with you. Everybody in tight. And it's going to be Kraft on the carry. He's popped at about the 42-yard line.
Kraft on the carry. There is a penalty on the play.
Cal Dunning.
Yep.
He was brought down by number 23, Cal Dunning.
Flag is laying at about the 39-yard line. It's going to be a face mask on the Lions. So it's going to be a 1st down on the penalty. The 3rd 1st down of this drive. This will be the 9th play. Moves the sticks.
It's a 15-yard infraction against the Lions.
And is that only the 2nd penalty of the game?
I feel like we jumped offside earlier.
We did back on the 1st drive, the 2nd play. And I think that may be only the 2nd
No,
penalty.
there was a penalty. You probably didn't write it down. There was a penalty on the extra point attempt.
Oh, that's right.
Unsportsmanlike, I believe, after the touchdown.
Yep, that's exactly right. Getting to the outside, here's Carson Smith looking for the corner. Gets the corner. Touchdown for Carson Smith. It was 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line, a 24-yard touchdown run for Carson Smith of Anna-Jonesboro.
Good run. That's some good downfield blocking. Kept us from being able to contain him, and we're going to see what the extra point, what the field goal unit looks like here at this time for the Wildcats.
Got us here at the 3:20 mark of the 3rd quarter. On for the extra point, Julian Brust on the hold. Low snap. Good job getting a hold of it, and the kick is good. Well, that was a good extra point right there. Well executed. Makes it 49-7 here with 3:20 remaining in this 3rd quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on News Radio WJPF.
High school football is here, and that means the return of Friday Night Live. I'm Darren Kennard, and you can join me live on Facebook after tonight's game for River Radio Sports Central's Friday Night Live. Catch all of tonight's scores and join in the discussion on the River Radio Sports Central Facebook page. River Radio Sports Central, powered by Clark Concrete, Ward Chrysler Center in Carbondale, and IBEW Local 702. I'll see you live on Facebook tonight for Friday Night Live.
Carson Smith of Anna-Jonesboro, a 24-yard touchdown run. Extra point was good. 49-7. As we are under 2 minutes here in the 3rd quarter.
Carterville has Amarion Adams and Reginald Wilson back.
Here's the kick. Trying the onside. It's fielded. Well done as it's Carter Woods. It gets a hold of the attempted onside, and Lions get the football back here.
Perfect job by Carter Woods. He got a good hop, went up and got the ball, didn't let it hit the ground the extra time, and then just takes a knee. Let's get the offense out here on the field, not try to do anything too fancy. Really good job.
So a minute remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Carterville use up every second at their disposal. Guess what, buddy? Lions are going to be undefeated this year.
That's a nice one.
It's nice to say, isn't it?
It's been a few years since we've had that, and it's always fun to have that unblemished record through the regular season. It sets you up, hopefully, with a decent seed in the playoffs. We know we're going to be at home next weekend, and look forward to hopefully getting an opportunity to play after that.
Yeah, how about that? 1st and 10 Lions from their own 32-yard line. At the half, Marion blasting Mattoon 42-7. LA, the last score we had, leading Toronto 2-0 in the 3rd inning.
Brody Harris on the carry up the middle for the Lions. He's had a few really nice runs this year.
He has.
When he's been given the opportunity to do so. And I think that is going to run us all the way down to the end of the quarter.
It is 49-7 with just 1 quarter remaining here on the road at Anna-Jonesboro, week 9 of the regular high school football season for the Carterville Lions. 4th quarter action next on News Radio WJPF.
Bank with people you know, who know and love Southern Illinois. First Southern Bank is a community bank that cares for and gives back to the communities we serve. Locally owned, local people, local decisions, and locations throughout Southern Illinois to serve you. First Southern Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Visit First Southern Bank at firstsouthernbank.net.
Ralph's Small Engine is your full-service repair shop that keeps your equipment running year-round. At Ralph's, they treat each customer like family. They offer the best brands in the business, like Hustler, Skag, Echo, and DeWalt. Financing is available with interest rates as low as 0%. They don't do high-pressure sales. Just get you into the equipment you need at the best price. Family-owned since 1995. Ralph's Small Engine on Highway 51, just south of Elkville. Best of luck this season.
49-7 is our score here at Anna-Jonesboro. State McKenzie and Keenan Clark as we head to the 4th quarter. Lions have the football second and 5 from their own 37-yard line. 2 receivers here to the near side, 2 to the far side. Cameron Gibbs, the quarterback for the Lions.
A little confusion on the exchange. Ball hits the ground. Cameron wisely just lays down on it. Seemed like a good snap. I didn't see anything wrong with the snap. Garrett Robertson.
It's down at the 33-yard line.
Garrett Robertson, our center. Now that Jackson Smith has taken a break, seemed to get the ball to him. Needed just a little bit of a mix-up back there.
Loss of 4, 3rd and 9.
We'll try it again.
Yep. 2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Cameron Gibbs takes the snap, throws it out to the far side. Amarion Adams down the far sideline, gets past 1 defender, keeps his feet across the plus 40 before being pushed down over on the far side. Amarion Adams gets the reception for the Lions.
When we were in Charleston, we saw him make one of the best catches on the season. He was running a crossing pattern, and the ball was thrown a little low and behind him, and he turns around, catches it, finishes his 360 move, and then ends up plowing his way into the end zone. He's capable of making some really big plays, and it was a great catch and run on that one.
He's 6'5", he's lanky, got long arms. He's
athletic. You've seen that on the basketball court.
He's fast, and that fantastic running catch for the Lions there. Ball setting right at the 35-yard line of the Wildcats. Carterville taking their time as the play clock ticks down to about 15 seconds left. They just now break the huddle. They take a slow stroll to the line of scrimmage, moving right to left, white over white uniforms with the orange helmets. 5 on the play clock. They snap it with 2 on the play clock. Cameron Gibbs keeps it, cuts it up at about the 25-yard line, and he's wrapped up right there. So Gibbs picks up about 8 yards on that carry. It's going to leave about 2nd and 2.
Good run, got behind his blocker, made a nice advance. I think they're going to they're calling that really close to a first down. I think we might have it. They're going to measure it.
Yep, they need to take a look at it. Well, I tell you, that's one thing this year. I can't remember maybe 2 or 3 times where we've had to bring the chains out this year.
This might be the first time that I can think of.
I was thinking, well, it can't be the first. But, the NFL now has it automatic. It's all computer.
That seems to be the way that everything's being officiated.
It is.
These days.
One of these days it'll come to high school football too. It's just going to be just a hair short. and literally it could be just a hair. So it's 2nd down and 1.
We did stop the clock. Official timeout for a measurement.
At the half, Mascoutah leads Carbondale 28-21. So Carterville all just walking back to the line of scrimmage. Now with 9 seconds on the clock. They snap it with 5. Cameron hands it to his running back right up the gut. Plows out to about the 23-yard line. Gain of a couple. That's enough to move the chains, though. First down for the Lions.
Brody Harris does enough to get the Carterville moving ahead and keep the possession going a little bit longer.
Just over 8 minutes remaining. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Malone's Early Learning Center in Carterville, offering programs for infants to school-aged children as well as pre-K and Head Start. Best care anywhere. Also brought to you by IBEW Local 702, providing better lifestyle for members, better life for all. Ralph's Small Engine on Highway 51 South, just south of Elkville. Full-service repair shop to keep your equipment running. And brought to you by Stephen Rich's Barber Styling for men, women, and children. Offering cuts, styling, perming, walk-ins are welcome. They're right there on South Division Street in Carterville. It's Stephen Rich's Barber Styling. It is 1st and 10 from the 23 for the Lions. Bad snap. Cameron Gibbs has to go back and just fall on it, and he does so. Back at about the 37-yard line. That snap just got over his head.
Yep, that'll get away from you. You probably got a center quarterback that don't work together too much, and anything like a different cadence can throw you off a little, or if you're just not looking and not expecting the ball to get back to you as quickly as you're used to it, or faster than you're used to. I mean, they have to have a synergy together, and it clearly wasn't clicking there.
Loss of 14 on that play. So it's going to be 2nd down and 24. For the Lions. Coming up post-game-wise, Keenan and I recap this game. Don't forget, later tonight on Facebook, Darren Kennard will go through and recap all of the scores. On the carry for the Lions, Brody Harris. Brody plows his way out to about the 30-yard line.
Good job of avoiding contact and getting back to the line of scrimmage and then making a positive gain. It's still going to be 3rd and forever for the Lions.
They set it down at the 31-yard line, so it was a gain of 6. So it's going to be 3rd down and 18 from the 31.
Carterville's taking their time getting the play into the huddle, just letting the clock run. Minimizes the risk of getting someone hurt.
World Series game number 1 in the 4th inning now. Dodgers and Toronto tied up 2-2.
Sounds like a good game.
Sounds like. I was kind of rooting for Seattle.
Yeah?
I'm not. I don't have a dog in the fight, but I was kind of rooting for Seattle. Gibbs wings it out to the far side, and Marion Adam high points it down the far sideline, takes it down inside the 10-yard line. Well done. Once again, Marion Adams.
Good catch and run, but again, the second time that Cameron Gibbs has got the ball out really quickly and thrown a dart to his receiver. He just turns and whips it out there, and it's on target. Nice play.
So it's going to be 1st and goal for the Lions from the 9. Here with 4:50 remaining. But tonight you want to make sure you tune in on Facebook. Darren Kennard with Friday Night Live on Facebook. And big shout out to Darren. He puts the miles on the car going around, and he does a great job, and that's coming up tonight.
He's a worker for sure.
So here it is, 1st and goal from the 9 for the Lions. Cameron Gibbs at quarterback for the Lions. Takes the snap, gives it to Brody Harris. Harris brought down inside the 10. He falls forward for maybe a yard is all they're going to give him here. They mark it down at the 8-yard line.
We're about to roll under 4 minutes here.
This broadcast also brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson in the city of Carterville, reminding you, Lions Club Haunted Hayride. They have tractors and wagons that are going to be moving along James and Dent Streets this weekend. Also, 2 blocks of downtown are going to be closed the evening of October 31st, Halloween. It's the Carterville Chamber of Commerce Pumpkin Path. That is Mayor Brad Robinson and the city of Carterville saying, let's go Lions. That's what we're saying, too. Just 3:20 remaining here in this game. Cameron Gibbs gives it to his running back, popped inside the 5. That's a big hit on the carry by Brody Harris.
He got hit high and hit hard. Once he got just inside the 5-yard line, I thought he had a chance to turn that into the end zone, but there was nothing but a brick wall in front of him.
He gets it down to about the 3-yard line. So it's going to be 4th and goal. Or excuse me, 3rd and 3. 3rd and goal. Let's try that.
3rd and goal from the 3 is where we're at, right, Dave?
Go. That's what I'm trying to say.
I knew what you meant. Be nice to see another name in the scoring column. Get a seventh name in the scoring. We only have 6.
Yep. Exactly right. Under 2.5 to play here. So 3rd and goal. Spreading 2 receivers here to the near side, 2 to the far side. Adams, one of those. Cameron Gibbs at quarterback from the shotgun. Brody Harris, his tailback right on his left hip. It's the give to Gibbs. He's wrapped up in the backfield. It's actually going to lose a yard, maybe a couple there.
Number 11, Brody Harris, met immediately.
They may give him the 4-yard line, so it's a loss of 1. 4th and goal from the 4.
Brings up 4th and goal.
There's only about 2 plays left in this game.
Yeah, we've got the 40-second clock, and it still hasn't started. There it goes. So if Carterville bleeds it all the way down, they will snap it with about 1:10. And this would be 4th and goal. So they're either going to score or lose possession here.
Cameron goes over, gets the offensive play. Trots go back to the line of scrimmage. To the huddle with his team. They approach the line of scrimmage.
Benton has finally opened it up against Harrisburg. They are up 35-0 after 3 quarters.
That's the Rangers we know right there. Cameron Gibbs, high snap. Keeps it as himself. Gets to the corner. Touchdown for the quarterback, Cameron Gibbs, on the 4-yard touchdown run.
They've been feeding Harris over and over and over. This time they fake the handoff. He rolls it back to the weak side and turns it up for a touchdown. Nice run by Cameron Gibbs.
Cameron Gibbs, quarterback, the sophomore. He's going to be a lot of fun to watch the next couple of years.
Yes.
Clock is stopped with 35 seconds left. Carterville is going to go for the 2-point conversion. Cameron Gibbs comes out. Steps up under center. Brody Harris, the tailback. 2 and 2. They got the Wildcats to jump, or did we take a knee and that was it?
Carterville took a knee.
So that's going to be the ball game. Should be.
No, the.
On the 2-point it stops.
40 clock stops on touchdowns.
Yep. So Carterville took the knee. 55-7 is our score. We'll keep it right here. Anna-Jonesboro, they'll be back. Tough year for them, but they need some players. They need some numbers in their players.
You got to have some numbers.
And they didn't have a whole lot of that this year.
So the injury bug is amplified a little bit because
Absolutely.
It really will impact things like your special teams. And when you try to get guys breaks, there's no one there to give a
For instance, tonight I think
give you a hand.
had to move a receiver into the center slot.
Yeah.
So I mean, then it becomes just wherever it's necessary, wherever we can get players to go. And they'll be back, hopefully, for Coach Yates. And now their basketball team, talking to Maury before the game, said their basketball team may be pretty solid this year.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. We're not far off from basketball season as well. What a kick. Just kills it.
Pick it up.
At the 28-yard line. Could have been picked up.
Either team had a chance to pick it up. It was a live ball sitting there on the field. I'm sure the Carterville players, they may have been instructed just leave it.
Yep.
And now that Anna has dove onto the ball, they are under the 25 seconds now, 20 seconds. I don't know that they'll even attempt to get a play off.
They don't have to snap it. They're not going to snap it, or we have a
timeout.
Timeout that stops the clock at 14 seconds. What a season for the Carterville Lions. 9-0, Ohio Conference champions. It's been outstanding. This has been a fun season. You look at those wins over Marion and Nashville, Charleston.
Just a wild schedule this year.
Heron,
it was so different.
Hopkinsville, Harrisburg, Massac, Murphysboro, and then here tonight over AJ.
And I think that unique schedule that we had with the Hopkinsville and Charleston and the new week 1 with Marion, I think that speeds things along a little bit. You talked about the season went quickly. I think that happened.
I totally agree. We're going to have the same schedule next year. They throw the ball out. It's completed to Jeffrey Campbell, the senior, gets the reception, and that's going to be the final play of the game. 55-7 is the final score. The Lions win it here on the road. Your Carterville Lions finish the regular season undefeated on the year. As we said, Ohio, river to river, Ohio Division conference champions for the second year in a row, and go into the Class 4A IHSA football playoffs as an undefeated, probably a number 3, maybe number 4 seed. Depends on how things shake out. We'll find that out tomorrow. But the Lions win it here tonight, 55-7 on the road at Anna-Jonesboro. Polar Whip postgame show is coming up next here on News Radio WJPF.
As a parent, you want the best care for your family.
Gotta go 90 here, and then you're good to get out.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to push him to come up.
Before 9 o'clock.
I mean, I can get him later.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Nobody needs to hear in a 50-point.
Everybody's wanting to get home.
What exciting things going on. All right, anyway, 90 here, and then you're good to go.
Team is here to keep your family healthy. Call to schedule an
okay,
appointment
thanks.
or visit ShawneeHealth.com. Go Lions.
In the world of construction, time is money. Introducing Clark Natural Stone's fleet of volumetric concrete mixers. With their state-of-the-art mixers, they mix the exact amount of concrete you need on site, saving you time and money. Stop paying for concrete you do not use. From foundations to driveways, sidewalks to patios, call Clark Natural Stone at 618-997-3889. Clark Natural Stone, shaping the future of construction, one pour at a time.
SIU Credit Union knows what it means to be a part of a team. Whether you're on the field or in the stands, community is what it's all about. They're not just here for your financial needs, they're here to give back. Because people helping people is at the heart of everything they do. You can join SIU.
And your last World Series update, 2-2, top of the 5th.
Right.
Although it's 2 outs, it may go mid-5th.
You can be a part of their team too. Learn more at SIUCU.org. SIU Credit Union, your financial home team. Membership required.
We can do a wrap-up for DK?
Yeah. Carterville Lions win it tonight, 55-7 here on the road at Anna-Jonesboro. They finish up the regular season a perfect 9-0 on the year. Conference champions for the second year in a row. Just an outstanding season. What do you think?
Well, I think one of the things that Coach Dow mentioned maybe it was last week or the week before, occasionally this year, as well as we've played, there's been times where we got out into a lead and we just kind of coasted a little bit. I think at Charleston it was like that, and we didn't turn it back on until we got the fourth quarter. But tonight we got the lead. We stayed on the accelerator, and we finished this one early. Nice job to see that they're going into the postseason with some good momentum, and they were closing that one out. They did not let Anna linger around. They just took care of business.
Polar Whip postgame show. Lions led it 22-0 at the end of the first quarter after touchdowns from Johnny Miller, 40-yard touchdown run, a 71-yard touchdown run from Johnny Miller, and then it was a 72-yard touchdown run from Jamie Jones. That was all in the first quarter, 22-0 Lions. Then Carterville scored on a 4-yard touchdown run from Carter Jones, a 22-yard touchdown pass. Zach Carter from Andy Johnson, a punt return for a touchdown. Gavin Johnson, that made it 43-0, a 36-yard touchdown run from Reggie Wilson in the first half that gave the Lions the running clock, 49-0 at the half. Just one touchdown scored here, or excuse me, two touchdowns scored, one by the Lions here in the second half. It was Carson Smith for AJ, the 24-yard run in the third quarter made it 49-7, and then it was Cameron Gibbs, the 4-yard touchdown run as clock was running out with a minute left in that fourth quarter. Lions win it tonight 55-7. Let's update a couple of scores from around the southern Illinois region here this evening that we've been watching. Benton shutting out Harrisburg finally got some traction, and they lead at 42-0. Chester still leads Nashville, 10-point lead, 22-12. DuQuoin blasting Murphysboro, 47-7. West Frankfort, the last score we had was a halftime score, 30-21 over Sparta, and Central leading Heron tonight, 41-6. Carterville, as we said, wins this one 55-7. Looking at some South 7 teams this evening, Marion was popping Mattoon. Last score we had there was 42-7, and Unity beating Mount Vernon 40-17. Mount Vernon was needing a win to get into the playoffs tonight. Cahokia games, Salem leads Charleston 25-13. Chester over Nashville 22-12. Roxana over Marquette 34-0. Madison getting beat by Westland tonight 43-24. At the half, the last score we had was Mount Zion over Mater Dei 38-7. And that does it for Cahokia games. Black Diamond games this evening. We're talking about Christopher. The last score we had was 28-7 over Edwards County. That was at the half. Carmi, White County getting beat by El Dorado 28-14. That was a halftime score, so no updates there. 55-7 the score here at Anna-Jonesboro. The Lions win it. Are we done?
We're done. I spoke to Coach Dial, and he's okay with passing. He'll talk to you tomorrow night when we have the playoff pairings. And so great job for the Carterville Lions, 9-0.
Yep, they finish it perfect record on the year. Again, don't forget, coming up later tonight, Darren Kennard, River Radio Sports Central Live, Friday Night Live on Facebook. He'll go through and recap all the scores. So if you have teams that you're wondering how they were doing and whether they're going to be able to get into the playoffs or not, he can break that down for you. Again, don't forget, Sports Voice tomorrow morning with Murph and Hudson at 8 o'clock on 103.5 ESPN and News Radio WJPF. We have Sports Voice on location before the Saluki game from 11 until 1 on 103.5 ESPN. And then tomorrow night, it's our playoff preview show on 103.5 ESPN. Darren Kennard, Matt Varney, and myself getting you set for the release of the brackets coming up tomorrow night at 8 o'clock with the IHSA. Lions win it tonight 55-7. For Brian Arpel back at the studio, thanks, buddy. For my broadcast partner, Keenan Clark, I'm Dave McKenzie. Lions undefeated on the season. They wrap up the regular season a perfect 9-0. Thank you for listening here on News Radio WJPF. God bless.
This has been a broadcast.
All right, gentlemen, good job.
Thanks, bud.
Safe trip home. We will speak with you next week.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Brian.
Let's see here.